Hi everyone, my name is Lillian Reveille and I'm the West Village gardener. Today I'm going to be talking about different natives, how to pot them up, and different natives that definitely attract bees into your garden. So I have two different varieties of native plants here with me. I have three selections of grevilleas. This grevillea is called a Dorothy Gordon grevillea. As you can see, the texture of the leaf, it's a lot more silver than these others, and it's got a little bit of a softer tone through it. So the Dorothy Gordon grevillea has beautiful big purple flowers. Bees are actually attracted to the colour purple, so they work really well in attracting lots of native bees into your garden. Then we've got the Lillian Reveille, which has a beautiful peach and cream flower. They are lower growing, so when these guys get nice and big, you will have something that covers your eye level, so you will be able to see all the native bees and the butterflies that this plant attracts. And then finally, we have the Grevillea lupulou. Now this one, we're fortunate enough to have a few flowers on this plant. So here we have a great selection of native plants that will attract lots of bird life, bees and butterflies into your garden. But today I am just going to pot up the lupulou, a grevillea, and we're going to be using this pot. Now we do have drainage holes in this pot. It's really important to have sufficient drainage for your natives. It's really important to use native friendly soil, so I've actually brought some specific soil for natives in pots. That's a really good starting point when you are planting out your potted garden, especially if you want them to flourish and flower. So as I'm putting the soil in the pot, I'm making sure I'm compressing the soil down. This will ensure that when you water your pot plant, the soil doesn't drop too low. So you need to really make sure that you're pushing the soil as far as you can to get rid of any air pockets. I'm going to loosen the roots. Although I am using a really good potting mix, I am going to add a little bit of native fertiliser. You can get it from any hardware shop or landscape suppliers. Make sure that it's specifically for natives, so it has the right amount of nutrients for these plants. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this in the soil and mix it through. Once the flower has died off, prune it. You will get new growth from where you have pruned the old flower. It's a great idea as well after the plant has finished flowering, just to give it another little feed. Obviously, it's used a lot of energy to try and produce these beautiful blooms, so it's important to replenish that energy, especially when it's in a pot and doesn't have unlimited resources as it would if it was planted in the ground. So whether you live in an apartment or a townhouse and you think that you can't actually grow many natives in your garden, give a pot plant a try. As long as you have sufficient amount of sunlight and the right soil, the right plant, they will flourish and you will attract a lot of wildlife into your garden. Another important thing to remember with natives is a lot of people assume they're drought tolerant. Now that is true for established natives that are in the ground that can access as much water as they want underground. However, for your potted plants, especially when they're establishing in the pot, you need to make sure that their existing root system actually molds with the soil that you've put in the pot. So water is a key factor to that. Now this plant will probably last in this pot for a good couple of years. So as it's growing, I am going to prune the undergrowth to give a clear trunk line. And then hopefully at the top, all of the energy will rise and I'll get plenty more flowers. Now, when you are looking at repotting this kind of plant, it is important to upgrade the container size and make sure that you are fertilising again as well.